Hello, everyone. She is lucky beyond words, because getting trapped near a truck's blind spot is one of the most dangerous situations any motorbike rider can face. The cutting process went wrong and caused the tree to collapse toward nearby people. But everyone was extremely fortunate to get away unharmed. A massive 1.5-ton bull stormed into a hair salon in Turkey, bursting through the front glass and causing terrified staff to flee for their lives. This is the kind of storm structure that makes the sky look alive, as swirling clouds signal that powerful and dangerous weather is forming overhead. It may look like something supernatural, but this is a natural sun halo created by ice crystals bending sunlight in the sky. A pedestrian in China had a miraculous escape after a car suddenly mounted the sidewalk and nearly crushed him in a terrifying split-second moment. The timing could not have been closer, as strong winds knocked down a tree at Hocking Hills Golf Club in Ohio and barely missed 4 golfers. While demolishing an old building in Dominica, an excavator knocked down a utility pole that crashed onto several vehicles, but thankfully, everyone escaped unharmed. Driving through a landslide zone like this is extremely dangerous, and not every vehicle will be as lucky as the ones that made it through this time. One split-second move from his coworker turned this terrifying accident into a miraculous escape. What started as a normal tow ended in disaster when the recovery attempt created a dangerous situation on the street. This driver definitely belongs on the list of people who should never be handed a license. Massive waves suddenly swept through this natural pool in Kiama, Australia, dragging tourists into the surging water and creating a terrifying scene. This could have ended in tragedy, but the man walked away from a head-on crash between two trucks without a single injury. Forget bad drivers. Apparently, the real danger on this road was an ostrich with zero patience and perfect timing. A road in Nepal was hit by a dramatic landslide as rocks and soil came crashing down and shocked everyone watching. You can clearly see how a sudden rush of water transforms this dry area into a dangerous debris flow, sweeping huge amounts of wood and sediment along the way. You can clearly see how a sudden rush of water transforms this dry area into a dangerous debris flow, sweeping huge amounts of wood and sediment along the way. The distance was so close that a collision seemed inevitable. But luckily, the truck driver reacted fast and slammed on the brakes just in time. Powerful storm winds tore through part of the Malecon Center in the Dominican Republic, nearly sending debris crashing down onto people below. This terrifying moment captured a tornado in Hainan, China, forming right ahead of a motorcyclist as powerful winds ripped through a factory building and sent debris flying everywhere. A massive avalanche thundered into Manaslu Base Camp in Nepal, creating a terrifying scene as snow and ice rushed down the mountainside. You can feel the chaos in this moment as a wild elephant charges forward, sending people scrambling in every direction to escape the danger. Even though it was a weak tornado, it still caused a dramatic scene in Ardabil, Iran, as dust and wind swept across the area. The ocean's raw power is on full display here, with massive waves tossing this small boat around like it weighs nothing. In an instant, the driver spotted a landslide in Indonesia and jumped out of the truck. A quick decision that likely saved his life. The roof of a commercial building in Hebei, China, collapsed in dramatic fashion, but fortunately, only the cars parked below were damaged.
Oh my. Oh.
Crossing the road without looking is extremely risky, and this time the truck driver had to suffer the consequences of someone else's mistake. Just when the situation already looked bad, this driver somehow found a way to make everything even worse. Heavy rain weakened the structure and caused the ceiling to collapse, but everyone inside managed to escape harm just in time. Swimmers were terrified when a snake entered the pool, but the snake itself probably had no interest in anyone and just wanted to go back where it came from. Fish rained out of an open truck at a gas station in Indonesia, creating a bizarre scene as people quickly gathered around in shock.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
The approaching storm moved in shockingly fast, but the man got inside just in time to avoid the dangerous conditions.
Life is not easy for everyone.
Huge waves slammed into Ocean Beach Pier in San Diego, California, forcing officials to close the area after a powerful storm hit parts of the state.
Снимай. А вообще 100% не дойдет. Стоп, хуй знает. Снимай, потом побежим.
This scene feels like a mini Jurassic Park moment, with the lizard puffing itself up and aggressively chasing the tourist.
Every time.
What you're seeing is an ice shove, where wind and pressure push moving ice sheets onto land, forming massive piles of ice. The mountain suddenly collapsed in Kamoli, India, turning the area into a cloud of dust and debris. But luckily, no one was hurt. A dangerous moment unfolded at the Ormond wind farm in the Irish Sea when a wind turbine blade and rotor assembly suddenly broke loose from a crane and crashed into the sea.
Квартира с отдел. Идет выдача ключей. Звоните прямо.
Tourists were left in awe as a massive iceberg calved from the Uppsala Glacier and began rotating, creating a breathtaking display of nature's power. A devastating landslide eroded the foundation of this house, causing it to collapse suddenly and leaving everything in ruins. What looks like a crab invasion is actually a normal natural event in Australia, as red crabs migrate in huge numbers toward the sea every year. A powerful sandstorm swept through Harbin, China, turning the sky dark and covering the city in a terrifying wall of dust.
哎，我的妈呀！哇！
看见？
这是隔壁，我天哪！
吹啥刮的？我操蛋了！
Thanks for watching till the end. Hit subscribe so you're always the first to catch new videos. See you in the next one.